and whether it fits the case or not, whether it's accepted or not accepted, isn't the issue. We asked.
Any other comments on all the, is there understanding of it, Councilman? Thank you. All the question now. Everyone in favor, recorded vote.
Just clarification, that was both Nexter and Suncor comments, correct?
Yes, for both.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you for the report.
And thank you, Councilor Russell. Our 630 delegation is here, and I'm going to invite Christopher Mish, I believe, to come forward. And I do have a presentation on behalf of Sun Country Highway Limited. You may want to speak to the podium, that'd be great, unless you prefer to sit. And I think you have your presentation for council benefit. It's on pages 37 to 45, I believe. And there's also a staff report on page 144 and 145. And that can be referenced as well.
Yes, thank you very much. For someone who lives in the community, you know, I really don't have an excuse. I'm a new resident to the community. I just finished a residence in Brandon, so I'm now a taxpayer. So my approach to my...
I'm feeling the arm twisted.
No, don't feel that way. Well, thank you very much for having me, first of all. I'm Christopher Mish with Sun Country Highway. You may have heard of some of our amazing achievements over the last 2 years. Vice President and one of the founders of this great corporation that was formed in February 2012. We launched the world's longest green highway, putting Canada on the map as a leader in electric vehicles and electric vehicle infrastructure. And so today I'm going to give you a little bit of an overview of what's going on in electric vehicles, a little bit about our company, and then I'm going to put on the table a proposal to this municipality as far as installing electric vehicle infrastructure and being a part of a larger vision for Canada, but also to be a part of a local vision, which is expanding infrastructure in Southern Ontario and drawing people to this great community, boosting tourism and economic development. Now you've told me how to work this thing.
Help.
I have to finesse it. So, Sun Country Highway, trade, perfect. Much better. So, like I said, we're a progressive Canadian-owned company. We're based out of Saskatoon, but my partner in crime, our president, and I are both Huron County boys. We were born and raised in this area. Bruce Field is where he came from, and I lived a lot of years in Port Elgin and was born in Hanover. So that's where the company came from. Our vision, of course, is to build the most elaborate, comprehensive, but also most powerful electric vehicle infrastructure in the world. We're the only company in the world that builds up to 100 amp level 2 chargers. So I'll get into a little bit of that later on. With our U.S. partner, we have over 14,000 chargers worldwide, more than all of our competition combined. Oh, this is excellent. So obviously our vision is to empower Canadians to lead global change. This is bigger than all of us. This is about leaving the world in a better place than when we came into it. So that's really what we're all about. This particular mission is changing as our business model adapts and moves as well, but it still hits home for most. We're all about economic, social, and environmental sustainability. We work with federal government, provincial governments, right across Canada, as well as over 100 municipalities and counting, hoping this one will join us as well. Oops, don't click over there. Our goals for 2013, I'm just going to highlight one of them, which is really important. This year, this calendar year, by the end of December of 2013, our goal is to have 90% of the entire Canadian population accessible by electric vehicle. Now this sounds lofty, but we are about 50% of the way there. We're going to be installing over 1,000 charging stations in Canada, and just yesterday, actually this morning at 10:30 in the morning, my team just let me know, and so did the media loud and clear, we just greened the province of New Brunswick. So Sun Country Highway just made the achievement of making that province the second government in the world to be 100% electric vehicle friendly. So you can now take an EV emission free anywhere in that province. So that's really our goal for this year. Milestones, there's lots of them, but in 2012 we launched the world's longest green highway. Earlier in the spring, Vancouver Island became the first region in Canada to be 100% EV friendly. Later on that same year, PEI was the first government in Canada, albeit small geography, so it was an easy task in part from that perspective. Then we became the exclusive distributor to VIA Motors, the first full-size electric pickup trucks in the world. So we will, you can't buy those unless you go through Sun Country Highway. These are vehicles that get better gas mileage than a Toyota Prius, and they're a full-size, full-service vehicle. So it's a fantastic option for fleets across Canada, and we're taking reservations for them as we speak. We've also became the exclusive supplier to Best Western International, the largest hotel chain in the world, 4,200 locations. We're branching into the United States currently, and we're looking at hopefully putting in charges at all 2,200 hotels down in the U.S. What else is there? Well, we're one of the main sponsors for FCM, the Federation of Canadian Municipalities, where Mayor Weber is currently leaving, departing on his way back here. So we actually met in Vancouver last week for the second time. We have over 250, that's a little bit dated, publicly accessible chargers in Canada. So that's publicly accessible, meaning not at a house, but at a business, and available for anyone to use. This gives you a picture of our highway. As you can see, we have chargers virtually everywhere. This year was the 50th anniversary of Trans-Canada Highway, so we modeled that in 2012. Our world's longest green highway, which is 10,000, kilometers long, was all along the Trans-Canada Highway, except for a few little pit stops that we had to make along the way. So here's a picture of me in Winnipeg, or as I like to refer to as Winterpeg, because it was about minus 40 degrees. But this slide says it all. It's the chicken or the egg. People say, well, why aren't the uptake of EVs there? Well, they are now. They're climbing steadily. But without infrastructure, why would someone buy an EV? So I encourage you to think about electric vehicle infrastructure, because you put in one charger, and guess what? Every electric vehicle coming through this area has to stop here. So the chicken or the egg is very valid. We're now resolving that by installing chargers all across this great nation. So here's the proposal. I'll cut to the chase here. Then I'll handle some questions, if you don't mind, Deputy Mayor, if that works for you. I'm encouraging this municipality to purchase at least one electric vehicle charger. This could be considered a pilot. The charging station, as you know, is not very expensive when you think about natural gas fueling stations, petroleum fueling stations, etc. A charging station is $1,899. So for the price of a very nice television, you've now got a fueling station that will draw people to your community, boost ecotourism and local economic development. So that's a CS90, which is the most powerful charger available. And the reason why I'm encouraging you to look at that, I've got a Tesla Roadster parked out in your parking lot, a very rare bird, one of 47 in Canada. It's discontinued, but it's an electric supercar. That car has traveled all across Canada, back and forth, tens of thousands of kilometers. When you're looking for a charge in a vehicle like that, you go buy the small chargers, but you always stop at a CS90. Teslas are now 500 vehicles a week entering the marketplace. They're outselling Chevy Volt. They're outselling all other electric vehicles. So having a large charger, as the cars evolve, future-proofs your investment, as well as attracts the most